spoon has fallen in the ditch. I really need to get that ditch sorted. But anyway, hello. Hannah goes, you know, it's been 13 days since you've filmed. I was like, really? I filmed on the weekend. What are you talking about? And she's like, no, like, you know, when you talk to the camera, it's just you. I'm like, okay, all right, I get it. How you going? It has been a while. I haven't been really up to much. I have been working my little butt off, trying to get some stuff done. A lot of late nights, quite a few more late nights than I was actually hoping for, which is why my voice is not sounding great, because my body's getting tired, my throat's getting sore and sick. So, not great, but onwards and upwards. I'm enjoying, let me rephrase that. I'm not really enjoying. I'm trying to appreciate the last day, or what I believe will be the last day of over 30 degrees until summer, because soon it will get cold. It was actually, I remember this time a couple of years ago now, where I was like, gee, it's warm, but I really hope it starts to cool down, because Hannah and I were about to get married, and I don't like wearing a suit in 30-degree days. So I was like, oh gee, I really hope that it's gonna cool down. And it did within a couple of weeks from where we are today, 4 years ago, if that makes sense. Hope it makes sense. This is the fire patch. What was the tree stump. Yeah, not much has been going on. I've been trying to do more work things. Everything I do, I'm trying to do it more intensely. I'm trying to work more intensely. I'm trying to rest more intensely. I don't know what these flowers are here. Oh, gee, getting bit. Those ants. I don't know what these are. These look like a variant of a dandelion sort of thing, but they're not. But they were reminding me, I'd like to grow chamomile tea. There's a tea manufacturer, retailer, whatever, in Australia, and we've been buying our just normal black tea from there for a little while. And the other day I was like, I want to try it. We used to just, it was a fancy thing. We'd buy all these different teas, and then most of them we had like one or two, and then it would just sit there for ages. So slowly burning through all our old tea. But one that I wanted to get stocked up on again is Earl Grey. I like a good Earl Grey. So I thought, oh well, if that's going to be one of our main teas, we'll get it in sort of a bulk. And we'll get it from this tea joint called XO Teas, I think it is. And let me tell you, they do very cost-effective teas. Very cost-effective. It's also organic, which is a massive bonus. And it is the most beautiful tea that I think I have ever had. Most beautiful Earl Grey. Sorry, I'm just looking and realizing I think we might have a busted antenna. Can you see that one on the end to the right? The one's going that way is fine, but the one's supposed to be coming this way is kind of bent down. Oh, it's just something else to do. Speaking of something else to do, this stump. This stump was here when we moved in. And as good as it is, they had some beautiful plants in it and all that, but the termites have lived in it for a little while. Termites out this way are pretty normal. As long as they're not on the house, then you're good. But it's close enough to the house, like the termite guy wasn't too worried. Neither am I, but like if I can get rid of them and burn them, then so be it. We went out this morning and checked the stump, because it has been sort of smouldering and smoking. There's no smoke, no smouldering, but it's still very warm. So I wonder if there's still a little bit of activity underneath. It's interesting how fire moves. Fire can be such an aggressive thing. I remember when I was a kid, there was a show. There was Avatar: The Last Airbender. And there was one where Aang needed to learn how to do firebending. And he went to, the problem is the world is at war with the Fire Nation, of course. And so he finds this one, rogue Fire Nation general or whatever he was. Firebending master that has broken away from the Fire Nation because he didn't like the war that they were waging on the world. And he goes, I'm not looking forward to learning fire, but, I have to because it's my job. Because it's so dangerous. And he's like, no. He goes, fire brings life. You know, fire can be, if it's left to be, you know, to go rogue, it can be dangerous and it can be destructive, but equally so it can be, you know, bringer of life and bringer of warmth. I think that's something that I've been thinking about a lot while this fire's been burning. You know, it's not the kind of fire that I'm worried will take over and do any damage, but it's the kind of fire that just sits gently, slowly smouldering away, providing warmth. Taking it, I mean, it's slowly destroying the stump, but that's what I want. Anyway, it's a very calm, very peaceful fire. Whenever I wanted to, you know, like the other day when we got home and I noticed a bit of smoke, I'd put a few twigs down, you know, jam them into the ground and just blow, and it would create a flame again. I put the cast iron down, cook some chicken next to it. Had total control over the fire. And it wasn't a big destructive thing that we needed to, you know, keep an eye on all the time. Different kind of fire, very different kind of fire to what I'm used to. These are the things that go on in my head. So while we were away, we actually, I'm a bit annoyed because we had a little bit more footage than we used for the vlogs. But that's because my MacBook Air that I bought, you know, relatively cheap a couple of years ago now, is really struggling, really not happy. So I finally caved and I bought, again, secondhand. It's not like me, I used to be the tech guy, you know, latest and greatest all the time, but this time around I bought a secondhand MacBook Pro, good specs, will definitely do the job for me, from, we're up to M5 as the main chip now, and this is an M1. So 4 or 5 years old, but does the job. It works really well, actually. I'm very impressed. It's been looked after very nicely. When I unboxed it, it came in like all the original packaging. You know how they put the computers in packaging and put a little slip in between the screen and the keyboard. So it's been looked after and treated very well, and I got it for a great price. So I'm very happy. But that then leaves me with my old MacBook, the one that was struggling to do some very basic video editing. And I was looking at what I could sell it for. And like, it's also in great condition. Right now it's just coming out of its Apple Care period. I have been playing around and toying with localized agentic AI. And I've been doing it sort of in virtual cloud servers. But I was thinking, why not give this computer to the AI? Like, rebuild it, get rid of all my stuff, give it some basic applications, basic access to whatever it needs, of its own access, not, you know, my accounts, and go bananas. Give it its own computer. Such a weird concept. Keeping a computer to be run by a computer. I realized after, if I sold it today for what I could probably get for it, versus if I held on to it for 2 more years, and during that time I gave it to the AI, the money that I would save in cloud compute costs would pay for the Mac. And at that point, you know, maybe I can sell it for peanuts. There you go. Just an idea. Bit of fun. I think it's fun. I know Hannah's got all the actual fun content, you know, the making clothes and the making the foods and all this. And then there's me, like, oh, computers can run computers now. Anyway. I'm also aware, today is the 9th of April, and after April comes May, and after May comes June. And June is when I have signed up for that marathon or half marathon that I've let slip to the wayside. So I need to get back into eating super clean, regimented like I was. I got thrown off towards the end of February. I was very good for January, very good for most of February. And then March, I just fell. Didn't do very well at all. Ate garbage. My exercises dropped. That's why I'm out now. And I'm feeling it. I feel almost instantly so much worse than what I know I can feel. So, I'm working my way back to it. Yesterday I had my normal sort of OMAD lunch. Where I had, my fermented vegetables and a bit of chicken and eggs. Today, same thing. I bought for the drive, I bought a pack of energy drinks, which are like, when I start drinking energy drinks again, I know that I am at my peak of, okay, my health is my absolute last priority again, and it's not good. So I've had the last one today with lunch, because last night, for some reason, I was up until 2:30 in the morning, like a genius. But with that gone, and purely clean food left, I'm going to go back to it. So we had, like I said, mostly my normal meal yesterday, lunch, but then we had pizza for dinner. Not great. Today I had mostly the correct lunch again, but with the energy drink alongside it. There will be no special dinner tonight. Hannah has already tried me, and I said, no, we're going to be good. But then tomorrow, I'm going to be exactly what I know I need. So all the fermented vegetables. I am running very low on sauerkraut at the moment. I've just made a new batch, which will take like a week to ferment. So instead I might have I bought some lettuce. Looking forward to lettuce, actually. I love lettuce. So refreshing. I'm looking forward to having some lettuce, tomato, maybe some chicken as well. We'll see. But after tomorrow being perfectly back on board, exactly what I should be, and then I'm going to do another 3-day fast. I've skipped a few. I've skipped, I think, 2 3-day fast periods, which is not good. Well, 3 now, maybe. Gee, I don't know. But I know what that'll do. I know that'll reset me. I know how I was feeling when I was doing them. It was, already significantly much better than I'm feeling, right now and today. So getting back on it, doing a full cleanup over the weekend, and then I'll do some check-ins and metrics and see how I'm tracking. I was supposed to see the doctor for my spine. I'm just deflated. My back is very painful. While we were away, because I was holding Charlie a lot, I could feel it aggravating my spine. For the first time ever, it really hit my spine. Normally it's sort of just the weird nerve abdominal pain that I get. This time it was just causing a lot of pain in my spine. And the surgeon has come back and said, not my problem. So that's great, without looking. And I'm at a loss. I could, go see my old doctor, who has since moved, so it's 3 hours one way. I'm guessing a half-hour wait, because doctors usually about half-hour late. And then see the doctor for half an hour, and then 3 hours back. So 7 hours out of my day, which just seems like a bit of a waste. Or I go and see the surgery we used to go to and see her replacement, who I've spoken to him already and was very unimpressed. So that's an hour one way, an hour back, and an hour in between-ish. So 3 hours out of my day. Or the local doctor's office has just opened up spots. So call it an hour of wait time and maybe 20 minutes of driving. So an hour and a half. I think that's more doable. The only problem is it's a totally new practice, new doctor, new everything, and I'm kind of back to the drawing board. It's so deflating, But I'm going to do what I can do, which is focusing on getting cleaner, getting rid of all the bad things, the toxins out of my body, focus on strength, focus on general endurance is the wrong word, but you know, giving my body the ability to have more energy endurance, you know what I'm looking for, longevity maybe. Anyway, all the good things, knowing that there are some bad things, you know, like my back, that I can't directly fix, but just giving myself the best upper hand that I possibly can to do the best with what I've got. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Apart from that, I have no idea. Just got to walk around on a broken back for a little bit more. It's not like it's... Well, I was learning that if it gets bad, it can cause sort of long-term or permanent issues. So I could have, you know, permanent back pain, which would not be ideal starting at the ripe old age of 29. I could potentially, if it gets really bad, and I don't think this is this kind of damage, but I could become, you know, I could lose feeling from sort of the lumbar down. Again, not ideal. Anyway, all these things that could happen, right? Got to trust that God has a plan, because I know He does. And that whatever happens, be it the worst case, you know, I lose feeling or lose ability from the back down, it's part of God's plan. What's meant to be will be. Whatever God wills will happen. And I want to be in alignment with that. I don't want to fight it, no matter how much I don't enjoy some parts of it. Anyway, it's interesting reading, you know, about the end of the world in the Bible. God is very clear, you know. Long story short, the world will get very bad, but I win in the end. And the fact that God revealed that to many people, you know, John in Revelation and various prophets, and had them write it down and document it, and it made its way into the Bible, means that God is allowing that to happen. And if God allows it, then ultimately, I suppose, it's part of His plan, right? So as bad as things will get, we know that God is ultimately in control. Even when it doesn't feel like it, we know He's acknowledged this already. And who are we to challenge God? It's 3 o'clock. I need it. Oh gee, I've been filming for 20 minutes. There you go, Hannah. You asked me to film. Have fun editing. What shoes are these? Black. I've got beige shoes for the back door and black shoes for the front door. No, other way around. So I always look at my shoes to see which door I have to return to the house through. Because I'm very normal, as you can see.